Ciao, hi, hola guys. I'm just going to check I'm live on Facebook as well. Just waiting on Facebook. I'll just say please don't let me down Facebook and then it uploads. So I should say that each time and then it seems to upload after that. But YouTube's done this weird thing with the clock. But I thought I'd try and finish this off before I go on to more positive stuff. So welcome to part 4 of a rather controversial one of reasons to not love God. It was the 13th and on Friday the 13th at that. I decided to make this. So I was singing it. It looks a bit cloudy now, but we did have a bit of a blue sky for once today in the UK. Although I am feeling very cold. I do get cold very quickly. I'm a bit of a wuss, I know. Still trying to get used to wearing my glasses, of course. As I said in my last video. So I say, of course, for those who have seen it. I don't know if I'll ever get used to them, but for some reason they feel a bit uncomfortable on the right. I don't know why. Another thing is I'm really bad at cleaning glass. And I've got this, obviously, they give you this thing to clean it. I'm sure this is the thing to clean it with. And I kind of want to put it in the case and keep it. I sort of want to spread it. Strange. I don't know if this is an OCD thing, but I like to keep it, like stretch it all the way to the top or whatever. I do these weird things. I know. Admittedly, I'm very strange. I know. But yeah, I struggle to seem to close the case without like a little bit of that, whatever that thing's called, to clean it with cloth or whatever it is, whatever it's called. Is it micro cloth or something? I don't know. Anyway, nice life story, but sorry. Yeah, I do struggle to close it properly. I don't know if it's a bit on the edge, seems to. Anyway, that's really annoying. Yeah, that little bit on the edges, like hanging out. I don't know why, but that just bugs me a little bit. Not sure if it's supposed to be that way. I can't be able to deal with that. But anyway, welcome to the fourth and final part of this negative sort of thing. Before hopefully I go to move on to more positive things. Before getting ready to go out again on a nice life story and all that kind of thing. But anyway, these are pointers number 31 to 40 as per usual. Normally, I talk about what I hope to achieve in the future and recap parts 1, 2, and 3, but for this one I'll do something a little bit different. Well, I hope in the future God proves me wrong, but anyway, here goes. So these are points number 31 to 40 as per usual. So number 31, on that note, as I say, I was thinking about like all the things I talk about in parts 1, 2, and 3 put together and that kind of thing. But also, like, it's probably for the best that I struggled to think of this list a little bit, although I'm sure I'm going to struggle to think of the reasons to love God on the other side of things. As a strange sort of thing, I sort of take Valentine's Day and talk it about not a romantic type of love, but a different type of love, a more just compassionate type of love, like a love that you might have for animals, people, children, and that kind of thing, which obviously hopefully won't be romantic or anything like that. Nothing gross like that. But anyway, yeah, so hopefully God will prove me wrong about my fears and that kind of thing somehow, and reassure me that they are good and on my side and that kind of thing, hopefully. But yeah, moving on, number 32, I guess tough lessons, as I talked about in part 1, are reasons why I probably wouldn't love God, which is a bit of a harsh one. I mean, people might have different reasons for loving or not loving God. Especially, like, some people even say like they love God for God's power, but I think of, like, ironically, perhaps, if that's the right way of putting it, that's the right term, I think, like, it feels like a gold digger, which I'm sure Christianity, for instance, again, I talked about like how I don't want to put one religion above another. I want to talk about like a generic God, if there's a creator of the world and creator of the universe and life and that kind of thing. And I just thought about something, but I might include that on the other list, again, the more positive list. But yeah, some say they love God for his or her power, or they say God is a male, which I find confusing as well. I was thinking like things that confuse me about religion is a topic I'd love to cover in the future one day, maybe in March or May. Another one that is like things that put me off different religions, and I might talk about Islam, Christianity, and or different religions. But yeah, tough lessons, I guess, and like things like people suffering life, torture, torment, and that kind of thing. But moving on, number 33, lack of liberty. I I wish God would give us more freedoms, and I don't know if I should use this term, but like rules like no fornication and stuff like that. Like I'm not a big fan of weddings, marriages, monogamy, formal relationships or anything like that, unless I found a rich woman or whatever. And like so many rules and laws, I wish to God made less rules and laws, and that would make me love God more, if I'm honest. Um, and if He made my glasses more comfortable and made me feel more comfortable and relaxed in life, and if things were easier, I guess. But maybe they would be boring if they weren't challenging enough. I wonder if God gave me a crystal ball where I could see, like if God gave me a vision in a dream, hopefully a positive one, kind of, or not too scary or whatever, but like where I had a dream where life was really easy, and then maybe God would teach me a lesson, which hopefully would be a positive one. Just like how boring life would be if it was too easy. Maybe I don't know. If like say if your favourite sports team, your favourite football or sports team generally, whatever sport you like, cricket or hockey or whatever, if you're into sport. For me, obviously, it's football or soccer or whatever you want to call it. But if like if Italian teams, Antwerp or Celtic, like won all the time and never had a challenge, then it would probably be very boring. Like this season, if Celtic win, and similar with Italy, like if Italy gets the World Cup and goes on to win it, I might appreciate it a lot more because of the struggle that they've had to go through to qualify, even if they do qualify, and then to go on to win it would be amazing. That'd be a great story and a great achievement. It would be fantastic, overcoming a struggle. And I think similar with Celtic, like Celtic has had its toughest season probably since the COVID season, like 2021 or whatever, when things went really wrong. Games had to be cancelled and people got ill, and just it really went wrong for Celtic in that season. And this season, like Hearts, or I call them prematurely Hearts, are sort of leading the chase, and I suppose Celtic have got to compete in Europe and in a cup competition and the league, whereas Hearts have only got to, again, they've only got to compete in one competition. But if Celtic can go on and win the league and even a double, it would be an amazing feeling, because it came from like a season which hasn't been too good overall. Like we've gone through 2 or 3 managers and that kind of thing. But moving on, number 34. I say like in my own pessimism or reasons why I don't love God as much as I would like. And again, I'd love for people to share their own views about like atheists saying if there was a God, things that you would be put off or make you not love God as much. Like to me, if God made everyone happy, I would love God more, and things like that. If he or she helped to make more peace and less rules and laws, as I say, and show that they want people to be happy. Although I suppose God gives us free will, I guess you could say. That would make me love God more. And I think of like, I'd love to make videos in the future like happiness for all living things and how I wish for all living things to be happy and have a life worth living overall, and that kind of thing. Again, hardships in life, like some some atheists, obviously not Christians necessarily, but I don't know if they'd say that, but some atheists say like they might say the Muslim God or Christian God, they might say I wouldn't even want to be on the same planet as them because they seem to be destructive, but they seem to be a God of war rather than peace or whatever. But again, I'd love to read from and hear from different people's views. Number 35, I guess God not supporting goals and that kind of thing. Number 36, I wish God would take away rules like saying no fornication and things like that. Dare I say? I can say that. I suppose I already have. It's one of those I probably shouldn't say, but I do anyway. Number 37, I say a lot of time I see things in life as most things as being a chore. I try and be fun, exciting, adventurous, and see life as an adventure and be positive and that kind of thing. But I suppose I'm a pessimist as much as I wish to be an optimist. I'm very negative rather than positive, unfortunately. But yeah, I suppose those things put me off loving God. I guess if I was more positive about life, I guess, and I believed God intended life as a gift, then I guess I would have got more. Number 38, as I say, I wish God never made the rule of over one occasion. I say that in point number 36 and number 38 because I think like 36, dare I say again, reminds me of like free sex, and 38 reminds me of free loving, which is a term in like the 60s in Britain, I think. I'm not sure if America had the same thing, but there's like love without commitment, like not having to marry or date or do all that romantic stuff, to put it politely. Dare I say, I was going to say crap, but I've said it now. Number 39, I guess it's for the best to say that I'm struggling to think of things, and I wonder if people agree with anything I say or disagree with anything I say. As ever, please let me know if there's anything in my list or lists, as per usual, that you may or may agree with, as in my videos. So somebody might say I've been harsh on this sort of thing, or another thing is like Christians say repent, which means you have to change who you are. Whereas I was thinking, like, if there's two people, one says you have to change who you are, and the other says I'll take you as you are, I'd probably prefer the one who says I'll take you as you are. I know they say come as you are as well, which feels a bit of a contradiction. And number 40, again, this was a very negative kind of list. Some might even call it blasphemous. I try not to be, but just being honest, I thought, because I thought of, like, on Valentine's Day I'll do something different and talk about reasons to love God. I thought the day before, which is when this was supposed to be made, all these videos, I made the first two obviously on the 13th, but it's behind schedule, way behind schedule, right, on that note. Yeah, so I thought, as it was Friday the 13th, I'd say the negative version, as I was going to react to scary videos, but I thought of this idea after that. So anyway, I'm going to stop laughing and I'm out in peace and love. I nearly got it down to just about 10 minutes long.